Alright, I'm back, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the NHL has been incredibly dry throughout the past month or so, but in saying that, there have been a couple of things involving the Vancouver Canucks that I do want to report on in this video, and that includes talking about a player that the Vancouver Canucks just drafted in this past 2025 NHL draft late in the 5th round, who might be looking like an absolute steal based on how he performed at the World Junior Championship Summer Showcase for Team Sweden a couple of days ago. His name is Wilson Bjorck. He's 6 foot tall, he's a left winger, and getting drafted 143rd overall, I'm sure he was a very nice surprise for the Vancouver Canucks, considering there probably wasn't much of an expectation for the player, but he exceeded whatever bar I'm sure was set for him as he finished the tournament 3rd in points, 6 points, 1 goal, 5 assists in 5 games. He played on a line with his brother Vigo Bjorck, who's supposed to be a top prospect in next year's NHL entry draft. Could possibly go top 5, but yeah, Wilson Bjorck, a 5th round pick, outproduced the likes of players such as James Hagens, Michael Hague, Cullen Potter, Cole Reshny. These are all 1st round talents. And look, I understand that it's a pretty small sample size of 5 or 6 games. I'm not trying to say that Wilson Bjorck is a better player than any of the players that were drafted in the 1st round. He obviously isn't. But it is interesting because I feel like nowadays the skill gap between all these players that are draft eligible is so small that you're going to see players rise up when they get older and mature at different stages all the time. Not that Wilson Bjorck is a surefire bet after this one tournament to be an NHLer in any form. I'm not saying that, but I think he is a guy to keep tabs on just based on the fact that his brother is so highly touted, and because now he also showed so well in this tournament against all the other top talents in his draft class. He will probably be on that Swedish team with the World Juniors this winter. Always good to have more Canucks players representing, which will be pretty fun to see. But yeah, early stages, but for now, a 5th round pick, fairly decent value from Patrick Allvin. You'll love to see that. Anyways, I also wanted to touch up on a signing that the Vancouver Canucks made for a familiar face in Vitali Kratzov on a 1-year, $775,000 two-way deal, very low risk for a guy that was originally drafted at the 9th overall position by the New York Rangers. Didn't exactly work out. He got traded to the Vancouver Canucks in the 22-23 season for Will Lockwood and a low draft pick. A very good trade, and when he came over here, he wasn't terrible, wasn't amazing with the numbers, but you saw some potential, still a young player, but he didn't end up returning the following year in the 23-24 season. He went over and played in the KHL, where in his first year he put up pretty mediocre numbers, and this past season he went almost point per game, 6th in the league in points, and he's earned himself a shot to try and play in the NHL. Is this going to work out? It's unlikely, but I'm willing to give him a shot. I don't know what type of player he could become in the NHL. Obviously a very different game as opposed to out in Russia, but what I can say is that there certainly is something there. He was drafted 9th overall for a reason, and I'm sure that after a very good year out in the KHL, he's going to be confident and hungry to try and earn himself back a spot in the NHL to prove that he deserves to be there. And if it doesn't work out, it's a pretty easy contract to bury in the AHL. So it's added depth regardless of where he's going to play. Let me know in the comments what you think Vitali Kratzov can be this upcoming season for the Vancouver Canucks. But yeah, that's all for me in this video. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads, but guys, it has been so slow. If there's anything you want to see me cover, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. I'm open to ideas because we are so deep into the off season, and with the new season on the horizon, I want to get back into making videos so that we can hit the ground running when the Vancouver Canucks play their first game. But yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for watching. Make sure you buy Midday Squares with the link in my description. Subscribe if you're new. Peace out and take care.